Muraru is our sign language interpreter. Remember, we would love to hear from you. You can send us your comments and feedback on our social media pages. That is KBC Channel 1 or even on Cynthia Nyamai. Now, Kenyans might have been exposed to substandard edible oil not fit for human consumption for the last 1 year. The Kenya Bureau of Standards Chief Executive Officer Esther Ngari told the Senate Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism that out of the 44 consignments received in the country in 2023, 8 samples were randomly picked and tested and did not meet the required standards and declared not fit. The remaining 36 consignments were cleared based on the certificate of conformity but were not tested by KEBS as required by law.
73 consignments of edible oil arrived into the country in intervals in 2023.
The 73 consignments.
And as required, the Kenya Bureau of Standards KEBS was expected to test the standard of the said consignments. Out of the consignments received in the country, KEBS set aside 44 consignments for testing, out of which 8 samples were randomly picked from the batch tested and revealed they do not meet the required standard and were declared substandard.
These are the 8 consignments which we sampled on a surveillance basis, and they failed the results.
The first consignment that was rejected and insisted 6,500 jerrycans. It came on 10th of June 2023. This product, by the fact that they did not contain sufficient amount of vitamin A as prescribed by the standard, they are substandard.
The test further showed that the consignment failed in vitamin A test, which is vital especially when it comes to foodstuffs being consumed.
And the results that we have showed failure. And we did not release those goods. We rejected the goods.
What about the rest?
The other goods had arrived at different times and had been received based on certificate of conformity.
Appearing before the Senate Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism, the Chief Executive Officer Esther Ngari stated that KEBS did not destroy the substandard product, given that the DCI was investigating the matter.
Did we destroy the cooking oil after the 30 days? The answer is no. This cooking oil was subject of investigation.
Allah? By who?
There were already investigations going on by DCI.
However, the remaining 36 consignments were cleared on the basis of the certificate of conformity but were not tested by KEBS.
These are the consignments we have not yet inspected, so they are yet to be verified.
If you pick a sample and the whole sample fails the test, I mean, statistically speaking, it means that consignment has failed.
Making it evident that Kenyans might have been consuming edible oil that is not fit for human consumption for the last 1 year.
That when we communicate ship back product or reject, we even indicate we destroy at your cost as an importer. So we do not destroy the product as KEBS.
The Kenya National Trade Corporation that single-sourced the said edible oil failed to bring substantive answers before the committee.
Chair, we had not gotten to that level of action by multi-agency. We communicated
to KNTC.
To KNTC as the importer.
Okay.
And indicated on action that should be taken.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the Controller of Budget, Dr. Margaret Nyakango, says her office is starved of resources, something she attributed to unearthing mismanagement of resources both at the national and county levels.
I cannot give the information in form of photocopies. I don't have the toners, I don't have the paper. I have changed from printing on Conqueror paper, I now use plain paper. And even then, I don't use colored letterhead. I use plain.
Abdiaziz Hashim for Prime Edition.